We're in today with the GTX 460. This is a 2010 video card with 336 shaders. It's got 1 gig of VRAM GDDR5 running at 815 MHz on the core clock and 1000 MHz on the memory clock. It's got 256 bits bus width, DirectX 11 support, and today we got two of them hooked up in SLI, and we're gonna pair it up with this E5 2699 V4 with 22 cores and 22 threads with hyperthreading disabled. I think the best thing we can do for this SLI combination is jump in a couple of games and see how it holds. Let's go. This is gonna be very interesting because I got 450 watts consumption. Now the quality is normal details with DirectX 10. In this situation with 1080p, I think it will be ideal. It's very scalable, there is no problem. GTA 5 loves it on this situation with this video card. Like I said, 97% utilization and 68 degrees on the video card. Based on the temperature, hopefully I don't get to 70 degrees because that's a trigger for me. Whenever I see 70 degrees on video cards like this, I'm like, no, I need to cool down the Fermi, you know. So in this situation, I will say still have 2 more degrees, then I have to stop. But if we look on the CPU side, I got 40% load. I got 42 degrees. That means the CPU is being utilized in this case. I love it when the CPU is doing its job because, you know, 22 cores and 22 threads, and I never thought I would see this type of performance. 468 watts consumption, just to point it out. But if we're jumping in Batman with maximum details, I got 400 watts consumption. Clearly see the quality is good here with the SLI configuration. I got 61 FPS on average because this is the maximum FPS I can get from this with 1080p, with maximum details, everything activated. And in this situation, I got good scalable performance here. You know, there's no bugs. I look around, I'm in the smoke actually. I got physics activated, and you can clearly see that the GPU is capable of delivering. The clocks on the GPU are good. Everything is working like a well-oiled engine. 810 MHz on the cores and nearly 2000 MHz on the memory clock. Though the video cards are fantastic in this situation with this game. On the core side, you can actually see one is 50 and one is 70% load. I think I know why the second one it's on 60% load is because I selected manually physics for it. So I got 50 and 70% load. I just a little bump in the second video card in the situation. So if you're interested in that, the small difference, that's it. Physics temperature wise is not too much, you know. Look at it, 58 and 54 degrees on the GPUs. That's actually good. And 950 megabytes of VRAM utilization. He runs fantastic, so there is nothing here to complain about it, you know. So I like the situation. 21% load on the CPU, 37 degrees. The CPU has no problem, and 5.5 gig of system RAM being utilized. If we're jumping in Black Ops with this combination on maximum details with 1080p, this is a fantastic performance from the video card. Last time I was here with the GTS, it was not okay, you know. It was very hard on the video card, and I had to put it on low details. But here, it's working really nice with 100% utilization on the core in some cases with 1 gig of VRAM utilized. Decent performance from the video card. I like how it's working. 420 watts, 430 watts consumption. If you're interested on playing Black Ops with GTS 450, you will have problems on maximum details. On the GTX 460, the OC model from Gigabyte, apparently it's working really nice in this case. So there is no problem on actually utilizing a video card like this. So yes, 1 gig of VRAM utilized. I mean, let's face it, the memory on this video card is kind of fast, and I like how it's performing. 70-80% load in some cases with the core loaded, and on the temperature side, I got like 57 degrees on the video cards, but it's 100% fan speed, and yeah, I can't say nothing in this case because you know, it's 100% fan speed. Last time I was here, I had low details. I tried to use it with maximum details, but apparently the game didn't work, like 20 FPS. Now I put it on maximum details and I got 47 FPS on this game with 1080p, and I got 43 FPS. Apparently this one is working double, you know, it's got double the performance from those GTS 450. So in this situation, instead of actually going very low, I think it will be ideal to just come from ultra to let's say high details or something like that, and I will have 60 FPS. I mean, the game looks fantastic. It's running with nearly 50 FPS on average, you know, with 25 ms. So yeah, this is almost a good performance, you know. When it comes to SLI, the video cards are doing fantastic. There is no error. You can actually see it's very scalable. On the GPU side, on the temperature, you can actually see I turned off the AC because it was very cold. It was very cold. Time to time I turn it off, on adjust the temperature, you know, every single time. But yeah, the temperature is good. 63 degrees, apparently it's okay for a video card that is sitting on the top of another video card that is heating up, you know. But if we're jumping in Mad Max with normal details, low details, normal details, in this situation you can actually see I got hundreds of FPS, 984 megabytes of VRAM, nearly 100% load on the cores, and 73 degrees on the first video card. This is very interesting because I had to turn on the AC in order to make a good ambient temperature here, but apparently the video card it's staying around there, and I don't want to utilize it like this. Looks fantastic even like this with this amount of detail. Doesn't matter, it feels very playable even with GTX 460. GTX 460, do you understand? This video card, this combination, this SLI combination, it's very old. This is a testimony that the video cards are awesome, you know, how old they are and how much wattage they are taking and what performance they are giving. Almost maximum VRAM utilization, and the average is kind of nice. It's very flat, there's not a lot of spikes, everything is working really nice. So all in all, I think this is one of those games that actually allows you to utilize an SLI like this, you know, GTX 460 in SLI with Mad Max. And come on, this looks fantastic. But in this game, last time I was here, I barely had any playable FPS. I was struggling to reach 60 FPS, but this is actually fantastic. The frame time is good, not a lot of spikes. You can actually see I think it's fantastic, seriously, the game itself. But doesn't influence nothing. 9 ms, 13 ms, everything is good in this department, you know. So not a lot of bugs, there's not lots of nothing out of place in order to say that, oh, SLI doesn't work with this. No, it's working with this, and it's very scalable, you know. It actually looks fantastic, and yeah, definitely runs in this situation. I mean, look at this. GPU cores are utilized here with maximum load. I liked how they are being utilized, but at the same time, the GPU temperature doesn't reach 70 degrees. So in this case, I will take this as a big win, because this is the type of stuff that I need for a video card like this, for a SLI configuration like this, you know. So in this case, the temperature is good, and memory, it's almost utilized. 953 megabytes of VRAM utilized. So all in all, it's doing a fantastic job. I like it, and it's utilizing 450 watts, seriously. But the question is, does it run Crysis? You can actually see I got 60 FPS on this situation with maximum details, very high, 8x, and let's get everything is turned on. The average FPS is good. In this situation, you can see that in some cases it's not utilizing the video card at maximum. That means the game is utilizing high frequency core CPUs, and in this case it's not satisfying the game, you know. Even the CPU has problem in this case, but not because it doesn't have cores, it doesn't have the frequency. The frame time is good, the FPS is good, but at the same time I see artifacts. I've seen a couple of glitches here and there, and yeah, I mean, I know it's scaling perfectly with dual BGA video cards. You can actually see I got 99% load in this case, but sometimes it's dropping below 99, and it's questionable. If you want to play Crysis with a CPU like this, you know, it will be much better to have a high frequency CPU. I like this combination. I like this GTX 460 and how it's performing. I mean, I like this Gigabyte because this video card as a single video card is fantastic. It's only got 1 gig of VRAM, and that's the only thing that is pissing me off, because the overall performance is great, you know. It's an awesome video card if you want to have an older machine, you know. If you want to restore an old machine with Windows 10, you know, you can go online, play some DirectX 11 games. This is a fantastic video card, but you need this 460 from Gigabyte. They look great, they run great. There's a couple of spare parts that you need, like the fan. Usually they go bad. I hear one of them that is doing a very funny noise, but I have a spare one, and maybe I can find a fan for it. But all in all, it's doing a fantastic job. This idea of this video card in SLI is great. The only problem I have, this is only a two-way video card. Maybe there are GTX 460 that can go three-way, four-way, that I don't know about that, but this one goes only two-way SLI. That's the only problem. It's utilizing two 6-pin connectors in the back, so that means it's got some power consumption, but you managed to see today 400, nearly 500 watts consumption from two video cards like this with the CPU. I mean, it's not very efficient, you know, overall, but it shows you that the power that is consuming, it's giving something back. I recommend the video card. I like how it looks, I like how it's performing, the temperature, performance, everything. If it's cheap, I do recommend it. This is not the video card for you if it's not cheap. If you have any suggestion for this SLI combo or for the system, leave a comment and I will see you very soon.